Listen up. This is the Rich 12 Show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Rich 12 Show, and thank you for listening. I am your host, Rich 12. Man, I promise, man, I'm doing my best to keep you informed with what's going on. And here in Detroit, Michigan, man, you know, this is the big thing right now with the U.A.W. strikes at Fiat Chrysler. It's real deep, man. This is only part one of it, though, you know. But I'm talk about what this means with the Fiat Chrysler and the U.A.W. union workers, and I'm gonna talk about the process of how it's gonna be, because these two still haven't come to an agreement. But there will be agreement, I believe, Friday, 12 o'clock. Everything, paperwork, everybody had to come to an agreement. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Also going to talk about some of the negative feedback that I was reading from a lot of people about this situation here. Really heartbreaking, man. Shows that there's a lot of idiots out there that, or I guess they just being, I don't know, but I didn't like it. And man, then I'll just wrap it up with a little final cut with that. And stay tuned, man. This is the Rich 12 Show. Listen up. This is the Rich 12 Show.
Yeah.
Hey, this Rich 12. Come join me as I discuss major topic, local, world events every week right here on Spreaker. To the Rich 12 Show. I am your host, Rich 12, and thanks for listening. And today we're going to be talking about the U.A.W. strikes. Sorry, not the U.A.W. strikes, but the U.A.W. and the Fiat Chrysler negotiations for the union workers. Okay. First, I want to get into this. And how I want to get into this is I want to start off with a question first. My first question is, what makes an auto industry? Is it the company or is it the workers? You know, many years. I mean, it goes back many years. It goes back to the early 1900s, even earlier than that. Okay. Without man, it wouldn't be cars. It wouldn't be industries, or it wouldn't be a thriving business if it wasn't for the labor of the human man or woman. No. But yeah, what really makes an auto industry? Because before you needed the workers. You needed that hand labor to produce. Now I want people to understand that we don't really need it. Like, well, I say these auto companies don't really need man labor like that. They just keep it around just for, hey, say that we do hire people. Yeah, but only hire maybe no more than 1,500, labor workers. Before you had thousands. I mean, 10,000, 100,000s, million of labor workers just throughout the plants of United States. As time move on, technology get better, things get efficient, meaning lower cost for everything. Now today it doesn't cost a company or automotive company a lot to mass produce a vehicle. They, to produce one vehicle, it may cost maybe from a range of $7,000 to $10,000 top max. For a luxury vehicle to be mass produced, $15,000. It's pretty low end for $80,000 to $100,000 vehicle. But what I'm trying to say is that plants are getting efficient, cars are being made cheaper. That means either lower employment and cheaper wages, and keeping the company running at a lower rate. But that's just business, and that's just the way it goes. Today where we're living in now, the workforce is hard to get in compared to maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. But now, you got talks with Fiat Chrysler about the automakers and the U.A.W. going in and talk about what's best for the company and the employers. Okay, this here is going to be affecting about 40,000 workers, 40,000 union labor workers. Okay, I'm not talking about the white collar. This is all blue collar. Okay, none of the engineers. Okay, but there's always going to be two sides to this negotiation, and just like with any other worker, just like any other worker, I don't care whatever your profession it is, whatever you do, everybody would like to be compensated on what they do. We all like better incentives, to compensate us, to make us, to make the workers, because your workers will be the backbone of your company. It's what brand is the workers are your brand. So you want to take care of your brand. If you take care of your brand will take care of you, right? So your workers are your brand. So we're talking about better pay, a better benefits, and then a guaranteed of a job. Now, after they sat down, 12 o'clock, 11:59, 12 o'clock, and now workers were scared because it talks about being strike. But like I said, I don't think it's going to come down to a strike because, hey, everybody wants a job. Everybody needs money to survive. Everybody, the whole nine, right? Well, now, circling around, what came out last night out of that meeting was workers might be getting paid $200 a week. $200 a week. Who can live off of $200 a week in this economy working for a multi-billion-dollar company? I just don't see it. It's unfair. It's unfair to the employee. Well, I wanna read you a little article here and how this really works. Okay, this was published October 6, 2015 at 1 o'clock a.m. Okay, so check this out. This is from CNN Money by Chris Idols. Okay, and this is what Chris said. Okay, the rejected deal will have given union auto workers a 3% raise, their first pay hike in a decade. Then there's another 3 raise in 2 years. And it also calls for a variety of bonuses and profit sharing payments. Okay. Let me explain that a little bit. These workers haven't, ever since the bailout, when Chrysler went bankrupt back in 2009, and don't put this on a bankruptcy. The auto worker bankruptcy and the city of Detroit bankruptcy are 2 different bankruptcies. Okay, and all of this wasn't on Detroit. Okay, now get back to Fiat. These workers hasn't been getting a raise since the bankruptcy, okay, of the auto workers. Chrysler took the hit first, hard. Then it was GM. Ford was okay. 3% is not a big enough raise for these auto workers. We talking about these workers making $14 from anywhere from, I say, $10 to $14 coming in as an auto worker. Okay. So this deal, so the union proposed they get a 3% raise with another 3% every in another 2 years. And then they get the bonuses and the profit sharing checks. Okay. This coming from the union side. Now from the automotive company side, okay, remember you got Fiat Motors, which is an Italian brand, which makes the Fiat cars, even the Maseratis. Okay, Fiat is all new to this. This is new. Chrysler, this is their game. Okay, this is what they was built upon. Okay. they looking fiat or the auto end is looking lower wage. They not getting they don't want to share their bonuses like they used to 20 years ago. And benefits ain't gonna be all that great. Okay. So now I think the problem is you got a lot of call-offs. You got, people not really staying in the jobs like how they should be or want to be. That what draws the company back a little bit as far as coming from their end. They don't want to put in too much, or they don't want to put all in, and then they don't get back what they want, but they getting back what they want. You guys, multi-billion-dollar industry. You guys are a billion-dollar company, and you don't want to share. You don't want to share with the bonuses. You don't want to share with the profit sharing checks. And believe me, when every end of the quarter, when the labor workers get their profit sharing checks, it be good. It be meaning that these workers was getting $3,000 to maybe $5,000 at the end of the quarter if the company was good, was very profitable, profitable for that quarter. But again, companies looking at workers, they literally, they little by little, they trying to decrease the auto worker labor end of it. This guy Chris also said that the fiat Chrysler has a 2-tier rate system that gives the U.S. factory workers who are hired after 2007 significantly lower pay and fewer benefits than the senior workers. Okay, the newer employees makes up about 45% of the workers and earn between 17 to 24 an hour, which is inaccurate, while veteran auto workers are average 28 an hour. Okay, now let me say this. They trying to eliminate the auto workers, period. But like I say, they trying to downsize it, yearly. Because of talks like these between the U.A.W. and the company, automotive companies, the big three. Like I said, it's been going on for every year, many years. Every year they have this talk, and now this time it's a little serious. Like I said, you got these auto plants building state-of-the-art facilities, and which I can tell you, hey, I even worked at one right there on 9 Mile and Mile Road in Macomb County. We talking about in the city of Warren. I'm talking about I was working at the GM plant, the transmission stamp plant over there, and there is not many labor workers. Everything is ran by robotics. The plants, that means the plant don't shut down. So that means the auto workers, they don't have to pay holiday pay for a robot. They don't have to give a profit sharing check or bonuses to a robot. They don't have to, they don't have to pay 3% raises or any of that. I'm telling you, these automotive companies making their own facilities without the labor of a man, or without the hand of a human. So that's saving them money. That's saving them contract talks. That's saving them a lot of steps and saving them a lot of money. But yeah, that's why they came out with the buyout. They're trying to buy out the veteran auto workers that was making the 28 hours, $28 an hour. And then they said, if you want to keep your job, hey, be happy if you got a job, but we're going to pay you $14 an hour. Get out of here. Cut back on your benefits. I don't see how somebody want to take a little less than what they should be getting, But I'm going to take a break real quick. This is the Rich 12 Show. Hey, this Rich 12. Come join me as I discuss major topic, local, world events every week right here on Spreaker. Welcome back to the Rich 12 Show. We are talking about the U.A.W. and Fiat Chrysler Automotive contract tentative agreement. And it seems like, they've been talking for about a week or two. And things, like right now, we don't know what it is, how it's going to play out until Friday. And right now, I do have a clip I do want to play for you guys, so you know. And I'm gonna talk about the little process of how this gonna go down on Friday. Okay. Here's a clip from Fox 2 News with the breaking story that happened last night at 12 o'clock.
Talk about down to the wire. It came just minutes after the union's deadline. But now comes the hard part. In fact, the union posted on its Facebook page details of that new agreement. We don't know what's inside that package, but Friday at 11 a.m., union leaders will meet in Detroit to discuss the details and vote on that new agreement. Then the rank and file will have the final say. Now, they voted a tentative deal down a week ago. Will they say yes this time?
Now, that was a clip from Fox 2 News that came in last night at 12 o'clock. And really how this really played out, how this really worked is it was a two-thirds of a vote was turned down recently with this between U.A.W. and Chrysler tentative deal. And this what led up to the Wednesday night deadline to come up with a new agreement. And many would, could come to terms, but Friday they will vote. They will vote again Friday. They will have another vote and see if they can see if these two can come together. Is Chrysler going to agree with the raises, the 3% raise, and the bonuses and the profit sharing checks? Okay, but let me explain how this would work. Now, the UAW now want to start using Facebook, I guess, to, socialize and see not what the workers think, but also what the public think. But what the UAW Facebook page put up, and which is the process if once the proposal is received. Step 1, you got to go to the U.A.W. National Bargaining Committee review, and they have to vote on the proposal. And if they accept it, then they go to step 2. Now, step 2 is the U.A.W. National Chrysler Council meeting. Now, they will review this proposal and vote, and if so, then it goes down to step 3. Step 3 is the U.A.W. Local Union Committee. And if so, they will be presented with the proposal, and if so, they will go down to step 4. Step 4 is the informational meetings with the whole U.A.W. membership. And the whole U.A.W. membership votes, meaning workers also too as well. Come into a strike, like I said, and this is where the strike might end. If they don't vote on, if the vote don't go through, then it could be possible a strike. But I think the two with the U.A.W., the president of the U.A.W., Dennis Williams, before it was Bob King. Bob King doesn't run he's not the president of the U.A.W. no more. It's Dennis Williams. And what I'm going back to Bob King is Bob King was a fair guy. He was fair to the workers. Even though they never did get the raises, but under the chairman of Bob King, he just kept everything afloat. And that's what I see with Dennis Williams. He's going to keep everything afloat, even though he has proposed and mentioned raises, better benefits, and everything else. But I think he's going to back it down now. It's going to continue to be where it's at, and people is either the union workers are going to accept it or not. To avoid a strike, is right now what Chrysler is proposing. I'm gonna show you what Chrysler is proposing. Chrysler is proposing a 2-tier wage, healthcare, and going back to the 2-tier wages is people come in, make their little $10 to $14, and then you got the other senior people going up for the $28 an hour. Then you got the healthcare. Then you got 10-hour work days and jobs to Mexico. That's what Chrysler is proposing. 10-hour work days and jobs to Mexico. Okay. 10-hour work days isn't bad. That means, okay, I could do 10 hours a day, but 4 days out the week. But these workers going to be getting 10 hours in probably 5 days. So, hey, it could be 6 days, depending on what a person's schedule may be. But they're going to make it mandatory that, hey, if you want to work for Chrysler, got to do 10 hours a day. Okay. And then, jobs going to Mexico. That means jobs here in the U.S. ain't really going to be guaranteed. Another thing with this outsourcing our positions, our jobs, don't that make you think why everything is this is supposed to be an American company, American brand, made by the American people, right? But you want to outsource to Mexico, okay? Which I'm not a fan of, but if that's what they're gonna do, that's what they're gonna do. I don't know, I guess I'm putting this together as, hey, maybe Mexico and United States and Canada soon to be all as one, you know. Well, I think it's all gonna go that way anyway, but jobs to Mexico though, that's what really gets me though right there. And but I also want to say how does the auto workers feel too, you know? Do they have do they seem positive towards this deal? Do they seem negative about the deal? You know, I know for a fact that, you know, some people after this whole buyout, I mean not the buyout, I keep saying the buyout, but that was part of the deal too. But when the companies went bankrupt and they started tossing out the buyout to the senior employees that's been there for the 20 and 30, you know, years or so, and when they did the buyout, boom, you know, they cut everybody's wages down. So once you was in the plant since 2009, if you was in there and now and you ain't got no raise, forget about it, man. For real, that's how I feel. Cause how you gonna cut workers from making $28, $30 an hour back down to half of what they making now? Like, how can a person survive off? Like, you cutting their living means. Cutting the living means. Very important. Please understand that, folks. But the thing about this whole talks with Chrysler and U.A.W. is that they not letting nobody know, which they never do. They never gave a real good proposal of what will be in this agreement. You know, is it going to be better incentives, better benefits? Because now that these workers, their benefits ain't all that good. Not like what it was before, you know, when the senior auto workers had, you know, these automotive companies decrease the employers' benefits, pretty much just enough, you know, to have. Pretty much just enough to have. I got a clip about the auto workers and how they feel about this whole contract talk.
Good morning. Well, a post on the U.A.W's Facebook page says that they believe they have secured significant gains here. Right now, that's really all we know about the deal. We've been talking to U.A.W. workers who are coming out of this Chrysler plant here in Warren, and they say we don't know what's in it, but everyone does appear to be optimistic. This is the second tentative agreement reached between the groups. Last week, U.A.W. members rejected that first proposal. Over the last few years, union workers made significant concessions when the automakers were struggling, and now that the companies are doing well again, they're looking for better incentives. Specifically, they want to end that current two-tier pay structure. They want more specific guarantees that new vehicles will be built here in the U.S., and they want the return of cost of living pay raises. We just spoke with a few guys who just walked out of this plant. Here's what they're saying right now about how they feel moving forward.
I'm always optimistic. You know, we got leadership that's supposed to look out for us, so that's what I hope they're going to do. I would like to see what we got. I mean, they're talking about significant gains. The biggest issue that I had is that no one in the plant really said that what was the main reason they didn't like the contract. No one was ever specific. They didn't like it, but in the whole, how can you like nothing in a whole? You can't change it all. So again, I'd like to see what those specific changes that they made. And if they change out and come out good, I'll be happy.
And I think one of the biggest issues is that it was in writing that a lot of the union people saw that the cap was supposed to be at 25%, and all those over 25% would be moved over to top pay, and that wasn't done. So you got a lot of people that have been working for the company temporarily for maybe 5-7 years and was looking forward to this day. Then when the day came, they said it wasn't coming and it was nowhere in the contract.
Well, one thing I can say is when Friday gets here and they do come upon the agreement, and Friday afternoon, 12 o'clock, and they come out with the conference and everything, I hope they come out with a fair agreement to the people. Seriously. You know, when talks and agreements, stuff like this, comes out, people get to talking, and a whole lot of speculating goes on. So, with this, I hope they be fair to the workers. And pretty much this right here, between the contract talks between Chrysler and Chrysler and the U.A.W., it's a big showcase for the big three. So this gonna set the bar not only for Chrysler, but it's gonna set the bar for General Motors and Ford Motor Company as well. So we just want what's fair, Michigan, like I say, is a right to work state, and this is a state of employment at will. So employer can do what the hell he want to do. The company can do what the hell they want to do. But, bottom line is, previous years, it hasn't been fair. Pretty much, automotive company bounced back, and it still wasn't fair to the workers. So now this is the opportunity. This is the year to see what these companies gonna do. I'm just gonna wrap up the show with that. It's just too much. I just want you guys. Bottom line of this show, I want you guys to really look at what's going on. I'm just using this here as an example, because this is the front line of where jobs is going to be. Just not the auto workers, but just in jobs general. I want to thank you for listening to the show. You got any questions, please email me at rich12tv@gmail.com. Got any comments, please place them in the comment box. I do read them. Man, this is it, man. The big dance. We hope that everything turns out okay. Please take care of one another. Let's take care of each other. Alright. Listen up. This is the Rich 12 Show.
Yeah.